Pam Grier and Beyonce are both would be considered 8s in that category. So you'll put yourself ahead of them.
Pam Grier's at 8 in her prime?
Yes.
Pam Grier's at 8 in her prime.
Yes.
What, Kevin? I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
Okay. You don't have to, but this is where it becomes a difference of your opinion. And I do this in real life as an image professional. I could take the mapping of Beyonce and Pam Grier's face and show you that they actually line up to within 1/10 of a percentage point.
Well, then I would say I'm a 7, but then you say don't count a 7 then.
So that makes you a what?
A 6, but that's a hard metric right there. But
well, that's the truth. That's the whole point of this. That's the truth.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like, I got clear skin.
I get it.
Clear.
All right, but now this is what I need to do. This is where it's going to be hard. Okay, so I need you to ask us: are you married? Have you ever been married?
I have been married. Yes.
All right. 6 is a cute woman. But back in when pretty, beautiful, and gorgeous women are the women who the athletes, entertainers, the ballers, the shot callers fly out. These are the women who get into VIP, into the best spots, the happening spots in any city without waiting. They're always in the private areas. No questions. Was that you in your 20s?
No.
No, it's not.
Welcome back. We're moving on to another topic. We are now discussing relationships. Obviously, on this show, we cover a wide gamut of topics. We've gone ahead and covered some political talking points with the Ukrainian war and things of that nature. But now we're jumping into relationships. As a lot of people may know, Kevin Samuels, the late, great godfather of dating, if you will, he helps a lot of men and women with regards to providing them dating advice. He apparently had some advice for a woman who thought that she was maybe ranked a little higher. He has the scorecard of, how are your dating metrics? Are you a desirable prospect because you're young, beautiful, and all these different things? Or are you overestimating your dating score? So apparently there was a young lady who reached out who thought she was more than a 6 on a 10 scale. She probably thought she was upwards of a 6. And Kevin had to give her some sort of reality check. I haven't seen this clip, but we'll go ahead and play it just to see what he says in it and how that interview goes. And then we'll respond to it.
We only have 3,800 people in here. We got to get the likes up. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. We have a few other sisters in here. Yoli, your audio's connecting. Lucia's coming in. Janessa. Go ahead. Janessa. How are you?
Hi, Kevin. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am well. What can I do for you?
I am an avid listener. I mostly am a chat participant, but I thought I would call in to see if my rate is accurate.
Okay. What I will ask you to do is, are you on a mobile phone?
I am.
Do me a favor. Hold your phone up a little bit more because you're kind of spilling forward. There we go. Yeah, I don't want you.
Okay.
You're.
Now I had just took off my makeup and
that's fine, but I just want to make sure we don't have all that coming forward. Okay.
She was trying to give Kevin a peep show, and that's another thing too. When a lot of these ladies go into these dating shows online, a lot of them don't prep for it. It seems like some of them will be in their bed, in their bonnet, just kind of sitting, and they're not really like thinking that this is going to be out on the World Wide Web. And unfortunately, some women aren't covering, are more endowed than others, and they don't take the measures to cover themselves up in a manner that, shows that they respect themselves. So it seems like Kevin had to tell her to cover up a little bit.
Oh, and dress size.
I'm a size 8.
Size 8. How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
162. I do want to lose about 10 pounds, but I'm 5'8", 162.
Okay. So automatically, that's about 20 pounds more. Did you know that? Actually, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, I was saying more like 15, but okay. I agree.
Well, I'm just, okay. Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men. So unfortunately, women think because they have a few 1, 2, 3, or 4 more inches than the average woman, they think they can weigh more. And you, at your current weight, 160 what?
162.
Okay, the average man in this country is 5'9.5", 5'10", right? And his weight is 168 pounds. You see? Did you know that?
Listen to you, I did, yes.
Okay. So what I need you to understand is the closer you can get down to 135, the better.
So Kevin, I stepped on a scale. 135 is my mass weight, just my muscle alone. That's not including any fat at all.
Okay. Again, this is where
I'm just saying because I have the scale that has all that.
Breathe, but you're still a dress size 8. Now, what are you when you were a dress size 4?
When I was dress size 4, I would say about 145.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were dress size 4?
I weigh myself every day.
So when was the last time you were a dress size 4?
Okay. Honestly, it would be about 7 years.
7 years. All right. So this is where it becomes a choice. Dress size 4 gives the average woman the best chance. And I don't like going back and forth over my body is different, my muscle weight, this or that, because I can pull up, as an image consultant, I can pull up countless women who are professional athletes, women throughout history who have been your height and more curvy, more muscular, and weigh ideal weight. So you can't really sustain that argument. And here's the other part of it. Being 33 years old, the closer you can get to an ideal weight standard gives you more time on the clock. Does that make sense?
No, definitely. I would agree with that.
All right. So let's keep on moving because I don't want to get stuck in that.
I want to weigh in on this a little bit. This is a very, very sensitive topic, and Kevin seems to really take issue with women's weight. Some women are taller, other women are I would say built different. To me, I don't really fret that much over a woman's weight, given how she carries it. There are plenty of healthy women who have muscle in the right places, have fat in the right places, and it just looks good for them. Right? Now, I think he looks at it from the standpoint of sustainability and attraction level. But I think the metrics that Kevin uses in this particular case are metrics that are suitable for Black women most of the time. There are Black women who look amazing being upwards of 160 because it falls all in the right places. And it's a very attractive thing. So I don't know too many men who's not into a thick, beautiful woman. men have a wide variety of tastes when it comes to a woman. Now, on a greater point, I think there is some positive to extract from what he's saying, in that people should be mindful of their health. And sometimes we do become complacent and we allow our weight to slip. That not just on the female side, but also on the men's side. And I think he's trying to get people to be a bit more mindful of their weight and not allow it to slip to a point where your weight ages you or makes you less desirable to your partner or potential partner. And it really calls the person to be a bit more disciplined and a bit more intentional about how they maintain and track their weight, their body. That to me is a mindset thing. And there are some men who want a person to be that particular, because men are visual creatures. And we do want to feel like our woman is the hottest person alive, and that, she still works at keeping herself healthy and attractive and beautiful. Some women, it doesn't take much effort. It just falls in the right place and you're like, whoa, that looks really good. But I think to Kevin's point is, as you age and you get older, and given the fact that the type of men that these women want tend to be higher value men by Kevin's metrics, these are, men who have a way of options when it comes to women. So they have younger women who, may not have as many kids or less baggage, but they're at their optimum weight. They look good. So if you're an older woman trying to compete for the attention of the man of that caliber, then you have to be beating out your competition. And the way to do that is to ensure that your health is good and that you're healthy and that your body is, recognizable from that of a 25 or 28 or 29-year-old woman. You know what I mean? And so that's one way to kind of still stay in the fold in terms of being a person desired by these type of men. But at the same time, too, there's plenty of men who will love you, ladies, at whatever weight you're at. Some men have fetishes for big women. I'm not one of those men, but some do. Some men don't mind their women having a few extra pounds or being thick, or, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be skinny, slim, and match the weight metrics that he's talking about. For him, it's a standard that I think he's held true to. I think the thing to extract from that is that, be mindful of your health and don't allow your health, your weight to, go beyond your control to a point where it ages you, makes you less desirable to potential suitors, especially if you're trying to, find a mate. And I think the point here that everyone should take from this is present the best version of you to your future partner. So present your future partner with you at your fittest, you at your calmest, you in a place of peace, you healed. Present that. Don't present the broken part of you to somebody that you want to do life with. Take responsibility for how you are showing up to your partner. So it's not to say you got to be perfect, but make a valiant effort to present the best version of you. I think that's the greater thing to extract from that. But this is one of those points I'm not always on board with him on. He's a stickler for this, but I'm not always on board with him on this one. But we'll go and continue.
Do you remember Pam Grier?
I love Pam Grier. I'm an avid Pam Grier fan.
Okay, Pam Grier was 5'8". How much do you think? What dress size do you think she was?
Man, back in Foxy Brown, I would say she was a size 4.
Mm-hmm. And did she suffer for curves?
No, not at all.
All right. So what would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You can't use 7. Just your face. Just your face. Just this right here.
Honestly, I would say a 9, like 8.5.
Okay. So you will put yourself up with Kelly Rowland, women like that. Kelly Rowland, because Pam
Yeah,
Grier is
I
an
mean,
8. Pam Grier is an
honestly,
8.
Look, Kelly Rowland's cute. She ain't all that. I mean, I'm not putting her in no 10. I mean, she's pretty. Don't get me wrong. But Rihanna's a 10. You know what I mean? There's certain women that's really, really, really pretty. And there's no-name women who are that pretty. He has a fascination with Kelly Rowland. It's a matter of preference, though. But that's his preference.
Pam Grier and Beyonce are both will be considered 8s in that category. So you'll put yourself ahead of them.
Pam Grier's at 8 in her prime.
Yes.
Pam Grier's at 8 in her prime.
Yes.
What, Kevin? I'm sorry, I don't agree
Pam
with that.
Grier,
Right
okay, okay. You don't have to, but this is where it becomes a difference of your opinion. And I do this in real life as an image professional. I could take the mapping of Beyonce and Pam Grier's face and show you that they actually line up to within 1/10 of a percentage point.
Well, then I would say I'm a 7, but then you say don't count as 7. Then
So that makes you a what?
a 6, but
Yes.
that's a hard metric right there. But
Well, that's the truth. That's the whole point of this. That's the truth. It's the
I
truth.
mean,
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Okay,
like I got clear skin,
I get it.
hair.
All right, but
I'm just-
now this is what I need to. This is where it's going to be hard. Okay, so I need you to ask yourself: are you married? Have you ever been married?
I have been married, yes.
All right. 6 is a cute woman. But back in when pretty, beautiful, and gorgeous women are the women who the athletes, entertainers, the ballers, the shot callers fly out. These are the women who get into VIP, into the best spots, the happening spots in any city without waiting. They're always in
It's true.
the private areas, no questions. Was that you in your 20s? No. No, it's not. So listen.
That's harsh. Kevin is a little. Kevin is a little harsh. Like, here's the thing. I actually think the lady is beautiful. She probably could be in an 8 somewhere. I disagree with him in terms of her particular beauty. I think she's a pretty beautiful young lady. But that is a point that he's making. It's a very valid point. A strikingly beautiful woman is undeniably obvious everywhere she goes. There's going to be special treatment. And this is what he's saying. Like, typically, women of that caliber have a lifelong history of receiving favor because of how beautiful they are. People just want to be around them. They're getting special treatment, whether it's at VIP or elsewhere. They're getting flown out. There's a number of things that start being surrounded with that. It's very, very, very true. What he's saying right there is true. So if you're using those metrics to do that, and he did that very tactfully, he just said, well, this is a standard that we would all agree to. Women of that caliber have a plethora of opportunities open to them, and they get flown out by some of the more desirable men in our society. And has this been your reality? And if that hasn't been your reality, maybe you're overestimating where you fall on that scale. And when he asked her that question, she couldn't deny that wasn't her reality. So by that metric, he scores a point on that argument.
Listen, then that's the truth. Because men who can afford those things go ask the bouncers, bartenders, and managers, bring her over here. Cute women are on the dance floor out here with the rest of us.
I wasn't on the dance floor though.
Okay, but you're not behind scenes with the.
I get.
Okay, see, I get where you look at yourself, but the reality of life shows us where we are.
It's true.
And what state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Okay, so if you're in Georgia, you're anywhere close to Atlanta.
Yes, I'm in Atlanta. I guess.
So in
North
Atlanta, Atlanta is land of the black woman, the beautiful woman. So in order to be special in Atlanta, to get in with the Falcons and the Hawks and all these other players, you have to be.
But Kevin, it's not even that hard, honestly, in Atlanta. All you have to do is have your real hair, which I have, clear skin, which I have,
Okay.
Decent shape.
Okay, but if it's not that hard, I asked you in your 20s.
Well, I wasn't here in my 20s. I'm from New York originally,
Okay.
but yes.
I lived in New York, and I will tell you, when I was in New York, ma'am, you wouldn't have got into VIP. You would have been in line. You were not.
Kevin Samuels, man. That is I don't know if that could be perceived as an insult. It's funny because it's a little harsh in terms of the conversation. Obviously, there's the general admissions people, and one of which I'm a part of, and most of other people are. And what he's saying is that, for these super pretty women, it's really not fair. It's really not fair, but favor isn't fair. Some people are just, that is their gift, is their beauty and their looks. And he's making the point that if you didn't experience these things, it's in part due to the fact that maybe you're not of that caliber. Now, I kind of side with the young lady. You're a beautiful lady, very attractive. Plenty of men will desire you. But what he is saying is the caliber of men that you may desire, the guys who have the money and the option, would not necessarily call you out of the crowd above another woman. You know what I'm saying? And if that hadn't been your reality, it's in part, that is maybe the evidence that that's what it is. Now, Kevin got a lot of slack for this level of brutal honesty with women, but I actually think it's healthy. Sometimes you gotta help people by telling them the truth, and sometimes the truth is not what you want to hear, right? Plenty of people had to pull me to the side and be like, bro, let me hit you with the truth. And sometimes it sucks. You don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. You got to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And, in this case, she's wrestling with it for a little bit.
See, why is that so hard for you to accept?
No, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Okay, so so if you are 9, what is Pam Grier? What is
she's a 10. I'm just saying that's
she's a
my
10.
skill.
Okay, she's a 10. Then so if she's a 10, then what was Jane Kennedy and Diane Carroll? Halle Berry.
And you didn't date me because I don't even know who those are. I'm
sorry. You know who Halle Berry is?
Yeah, I know who Halle Berry. No, Halle Berry doesn't compare to Pam Grier.
What do you mean? How?
He's a 10.
Because it's not even just looks; it's personality. And
no, man. That's where you're wrong. It's all looks.
No,
it's all looks.
All?
Yes, this is all we're talking about. See, this is why I say you ladies are horrible at ranking yourself. Men don't consider all that. We look at looks, and where does Halle Berry rank? Does she above or lower than Pam Grier in your mind?
She's below.
Okay. Well, this is why I say you guys are horrible at this. You like Pam Grier because of her swag and Foxy Brown, all this other shit, but that doesn't matter, ma'am. Universally, Halle Berry was rated one of the most beautiful women in the world.
It's a fact.
During her prime in the world. That means on any continent, any race, any culture. That's why it was there. Pam Grier, as attractive as she was never that. Back when she was hot, Jane Kennedy, who you don't know, Diane Carroll, who you don't know, were head and shoulders above her. All right.
That's
well, thank you so much for speaking with me, Kevin. I appreciate
You're welcome.
It.
Have a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Ladies, understand there's nothing personal in this. That's why I try not to look at what's going on. And I'm trying to keep a certain blend of showing photos and talking to women because I don't want to become contentious, but oftentimes we have what we think is attractive to us, but you ladies got to ask. When I ask the VIP question, VIP level women are VIP level women everywhere you go.
Okay. So that was that Kevin Samuels clip. Again, a very controversial figure, mainly because he was honest. I don't think he was rude to the young lady. I think he was just trying to be honest with her and say, this is what the perception is. It is true that sometimes the way that women would judge beauty is not necessarily how a man sees it, right? Men see beauty differently. And no two men are the same, right? There are a wide range of men who have different tastes and different appetite for beauty. So I think it's just a matter of finding your taste and finding what you like. But to all of us, we're all children of God, and never let anyone make you feel less than. So if you believe you're beautiful, you're beautiful, and there's somebody that you're beautiful to. So that's my sort of take on that. But